For the deck idea, we're doing a Arcane Bombardment style deck where we're going to take advantage of Smashing Success and Cleansing Wildfire to keep blowing up our opponent's lands. And for a finisher, we have Waking the Trolls. So this will allow us to destroy land, get a land from either graveyard back to the battlefield under our control. And then lastly, we create a 4/4 trample Troll Warrior for each land that we have more than our opponent. So the reason why we're doing Arcane Bombardment with this build is because if we end up with a Smashing Success or Cleansing Wildfire underneath it, means every spell that we play after that will be able to destroy more of their lands. Now, with Cleansing Wildfire, yes, the opponent will be able to search their library for another land card, be able to put it into play tapped. Or, I mean, untapped. But it does mean that we also get the extra card draw off of it. But if we take all the opponent's basic lands out of their deck, that means that it's just straight land destruction now. So it actually works out really well with the pairing of the Bombardment, because it is lots of card value draw, plus the advantage of destroying any non-basic lands that the opponent may have for either filtering colors or have abilities, like that turn to creatures or things like that. To help us sustain ourselves to get to the goal, we are doing lots of sweepers between Burn Down the House and Shadow's Verdict. We have the Baleful Mastery as some spot removal, as well as Bloodchief Thirst. Going a couple Spikefield Hazards for early interactions, but also this does count as a land option in the deck. So if we are playing in the early game, we can always drop it for a land if we need to. We also are running Hunt for Specimens to get a little action to the side deck here. Some Environmental Sciences to fix the mana, Containment Breaches, destroy our opponent's artifacts and enchantments, Pest Summoning to create some early tokens, and Mascot Exhibition for late game tokens. I think that this deck should work pretty well, and it should be a lot of fun. All the lands are basically there just to help fix the mana base. We are basically a black-red deck that splashes green just for Waking the Trolls. We're only wanting one man land in Hive the Eye Tyrant, but we also have a Field of Ruin to help answer against other man lands. That's the idea. We'll hop in the games and see how it works. This actually definitely seems like a keepable hand. We have the Hunt for Specimens, we have the Wildfire, Smashing Success, and Trolls. So yeah, we'll definitely keep it. We'll lead with the Ridge here. That way we can go into Specimens. We're against the white-blue tempo deck. This is probably going to be bad for us. I think this is actually a terrible matchup. We get Sciences. The reason this is just a bad matchup is because they are very aggressive and they use a lot of protection spells. Luckily, it looks like our opponent did miss their land drop. Let's see, which color do we need more? I guess we have all the colors already fixed. So I guess I'll just grab another red source. Play our Triome. Because we're just looking to survive. Actually, I'm going to attack with the Pest token just to get it killed for the life gain. If the opponent taps out, we can actually go for attacking one of their lands with the Smashing Success here. Alright. Land Destruction. If we can hit a sweeper now, I think we have this game locked up because it's just the opponent not having any lands. So any sweeper, I think, just seals the game for us. +1/+3, flying and untap. Alright. I don't know why I didn't do that on the Double Striker, but smash some more success there. So if they play land, because, you know, they should be drawing a land eventually, right? They say we could Waking the Trolls here, but... I guess we're going to hunt for some Specimens. Grab ourselves our Exhibition. And we pass turn. We have this now at instant speed to destroy any land they play. We are in a bit of trouble here because of just how low we are. We unfortunately did not get any of our sweepers yet. Oh, there's our sweeper. Alright, so I'm fairly certain we have the game now, because we just destroy the lands as they come out. Giving them probably an early GG here, but at the same time, we have all the land destruction. Alright, so trigger this one first. That way we get an extra land. Go ahead and use this. This deck thins them more land out of their deck. That way there's less of a chance that they'll be able to play 2 lands in a turn. No, I say play 2 lands, but I mean like get a land to draw with it. And we'll get another Exhibition. And we just are able to attack for lethal here. That's a lot of power coming through. Yeah, so we get this purely because the opponent got screwed on lands. That was just unfortunate for them. Because they had the early aggression on the board. This might be a bit too greedy, but we'll try seeing how it works. Right? Alright, concealing curtains for the opponent is a bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and destroy this right now. We're really looking to get another land. Alright, we have enough that we can start smashing successing soon. Oh, they missed a land drop. Let's see. It's another land drop miss, maybe? Oh, geez. I guess we're just gonna get lucky where our opponents are gonna always keep missing land drops so we can play land destruction. Let's go ahead and actually go for the big score here. Gonna discard the burn down. Alright, I just didn't want to miss my land drop, and we can now get rid of the concealed curtain, so we don't have to worry about being able to be activated for the discard. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So we're kind of hoping for a land. Nope, didn't get a land. Well, we'll get a land this way. Wake the Trolls. Destroy this. Take the Eye Tyrant. Destroy the white source. Trying to keep the opponent off both white and black at the same time. I also am trying to hit another land for the turn, because we didn't have our normal land drop. Alright. It's unfortunate. We are at a critical life, unfortunately. Let's get rid of the black source. Gonna play on green. Bring down Bombardment. So we should be able to end this one against the opponent. They have gained a lot of life. But we're going to see ourselves get a whole bunch more land destruction possibilities out of this graveyard. We have to block. There's no other way around it. Alright, land. Go ahead and actually big score a bombardment away. Decline that. Activate. And we'll go in. Take away this, just in case they do have any recursion. And that should be good for the turn. Alright, opponent has scooped it up. They have seen enough from the land destruction. They just had to get one more creature for their side on the board for this to technically kill us, but thankfully we had the Shadow's Verdict. While it would destroy or get rid of our own creatures, they would go into exile, so at least we wouldn't die to this, but it's definitely very close. I like the look of this hand. This looks like a very nice hand to keep. Got early interaction against opponents. We'll actually lead with the pathway on red. I probably should have led with that. Led with this. Right, we'll play this as our land for the turn. That way we can start smashing some lands. Okay. Smash the black source. Black, red, blue. Okay. I'm figuring they're an Arcane Bombardment deck as well. Activate this. Try to attack in. Let's get rid of the Inspiration. Because if they're an Arcane Bombardment deck, that's the card they'd want to be able to get back for this. We just need one more land. Unfortunately, we miss. One more land, we can do this, or we can do this. I'm planning on just doing the waking the trolls here. Alright, let's try to wake some trolls. I was gonna say, of course they'd have a counterspell, right? We'll take out the blue source, because I'm more worried about the blue mana than the other colors. Grab this. Go for another waking. Get rid of the blue source again. I probably really should have taken away the red sources because that's where their burns from. Switch the order. Take this. Bring this down. Go for hunt for specimens. And they have scooped it up. Because we only have smashing success in our graveyard. Meant that we were going to guarantee ourselves a land destruction spell there. But yeah, that was actually a very clean play of land destruction. Alright, so off the open, it's a little risky, but at the same time it's not. Hunt for Specimens allows us to get our land fetching spell. So I think we can keep this. It's not a bad draw, because it's an early interaction spell. Really? Teachings of the Kirin. Alright, so they're fight rigging reanimation. Hunt for some specimens. Get the sciences. Some real need for lands. I'll just take it. Alright, unfortunately, we're going to have to let the opponent potentially do some fight rigging. I think what we do is we go for this. Just protect our face a little. Gain some life, get a land. No tax. Yeah, so they're all about the reanimation plan with fight rigging, so they can trick in top drill. We'll decline. We'll take the damage. How do you work again? Unfortunately, one second. Exile target creature card from a graveyard, get a spirit, or exile non-creature card, get a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Let's see, they're stuck on their land, so I think we do a smashing here. Take away the black source. No tax. Alright, more teachings for the opponent. We're going to have to give them the draw, I think. Yeah, we'll give them the draw this time. No blocks. Alright, lands. Hunt for specimens. Containment Breach. Destroy this before it can possibly go off. Because how many did it need? 20 more cards? I guess I didn't have to destroy that right away, but... I was a little worried about it milling them enough in this turn. Alright. Opponent definitely knows what we plan on doing with our deck. Get rid of this token. Do a big score here. Alright, and we pass turn. So we have enough lands that we can do this and this in the same turn. And I don't think we're going to die from what they have presented. We give them the card draw. Now we are at a problem where the opponent's taking away a number of our cards from our graveyard here. But these are still useful cards for us to get back. Alright, we'll play the Bombardment. Go for a Wildfire. I think we still go for their graveyard. Or, I mean, their lands. We are given the opportunity to go get their black source out of their deck. But by doing this, we also are reducing their odds of drawing black sources. And next turn we can use both of these. Because we can do this on our turn and this on their turn. With how we are keeping them pinched on their mana, the opponent is not likely to get access to the reanimation spells. Let's see, more than likely they take away the Wildfire here, right? Let's just Shadow's Verdict. Still use the Hunt for Specimens. Decline this one. Get ourselves... Containment Breach. I went ahead and did the Exile spell just so that way we didn't have to worry about the creatures attacking us. Because I wasn't sure if we'd... have to deal with a fight rigging combo because of where their lands were at. I wanted to play around that. Alright, another heavy for the opponent. Let's destroy the bone. Alright, we'll get to activate all of these. Well, don't actually have enough mana to activate one, so we'll just let that resolve as is. Get some pests. We don't actually have the ability to play anything near their turn, so we're just going to create even more pests. Fortunately, there is the fight rigging combo I was a little worried about. I should have actually done Wildfire This was my mistake. I should have done Wildfire because we knew that we had the Bloodchief Thirst under here. So I could have taken out the Heavy by paying the Kicker cost. I didn't have the mana... Oh, I actually did have the mana for Kicker. So what'd they get for free? A Titan. It's bad news. Because they get rid of that. Take action, let them draw. So yeah, I kind of punted. Is there a way for us to recover from this? No, there isn't. Because this is trample. I can make this an 8. We can create blocks up to 6. So we're still dead from the trample. That's excluding the 4/4 here. So I guess we'll destroy lands. Try to get a redraw. Kind of looking for a direct removal spell for this Titan. We miss. Getting the GG. Yeah, we had that game all tied up, and I threw it at the end there. I was all worried about a fight rating combo, and decided not to play around the fight rating combo at the end. Okay, so this looks like a very keepable hand here. See, we'll just lead with the black-red source, since we don't really have a turn 1 play. Alright, punt in red. Question is, how many other colors are they? Alright, red-white, so it's a red-white aggro deck. No blocks. Use this, get ourselves a black source. Play this. Thirst that. And I'm gonna hold this back still, just in case I play another haste card. Alright, there's the Aspirant. That's gonna die next turn. Let's get ourselves our green source. Let's go for a... Actually, I'm just going to pass the turn. The Lumic Aspirant isn't able to grow things out of protection of these types of removal spells. And we're just going to use the token here to block. Plan on discarding Wildfire here. They're playing super conservatively. Alright, we're going to force them to play more into the board then. Alright, I like to feel the rune draw, because that means we can deal with the other manland. Alright, your turn, opponent. Fortunately, that is the last of our basics. We're going to hit them with the Shadow's Verdict. Get ourselves a Hunt for Specimens to a Exhibition. At this point, we have the ability to create ourselves a nice wide board, so we don't have to worry about them aggroing in as hard. The 4/4 we get from this, we're going to actually just always keep it back on the blocks in case they get a Thundering Raiju. But we are also, unfortunately, flooding out. We need to get ourselves a win con. Alright, what you doing, opponent? I'll trade like this. Alright. Now, if we didn't block that way, they could have used this just to kill our 4/4 and still get the trample damage through. Gonna go for the tokens for burn down the house. Attack like so. It's only a light bit of pressure I'm applying to the opponent out of the overall damage we can do, but I am worried about this card actually being an issue. Yeah. Let's cycle this now. Alright, that's actually really good here. Oh, especially with this. So we get the Bombardment. Play Bombardment. Or play Baleful, get rid of this. Because we don't want the Trample Body. Another Mascot Exhibition, that's huge. So I don't think the opponent can survive now. The only way they get out of this is literally burn to the face back to back. It has to be like Royal Eruption and a Play with Fire. Because I think they have the ability to kick the Eruption and play with Fire for the lethal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. No, they actually are short 1 mana for doing that. Yeah, so they scoop it up. Alright. We actually managed to beat one of the faster aggro decks out there. Alright, off the open, a little risky, but I think I'm willing to risk this one. Because again, we have the Hunt for Specimens. We can use that to go get the Mana Fetch spell. And we are looking at the fact we have a Sweeper. Plus, if we do get to the 6 mana, Waking the Trolls is going to be a big card for us. We'll play this on black. Get our Mana Fetch spell. Let's attempt the attack first. Alright, go for the Sciences. Get ourselves another red source. Alright, iteration for our opponent, so they're going to try to do the idea of adding a card to hand, exile or a land, and the last card will just go on bottom. The reason why they always want to put the land in exile is because then they can play it this turn. But if they miss a land within the top 3, which does sometimes happen, it means that they just permanently lose a card. Alright, but I had to discard the hand size. Gonna hunt for some more Specimens. Get another Sciences. Place hit Sciences. Alright, so we're actually only 1 mana away from being able to play the Trolls for the draw end. Shadow's Verdict is going to be kind of a useless card against this opponent. I still don't know which version of the deck our opponent is running, if they're the Arcane Bombardment deck, or if they're just the Goldspan Dragon with... I don't remember the name of the red, white, blue flying creature. What it does is it... Yeah, there it is. There's the one I was thinking of. Hinata, Dawn Crowned. Well, opponent taps out to play that, so we're just going to kick a Bloodchief's Thirst to get rid of it. We want this off the board because it's spells that we use to target theirs cost an additional 1, and spells that they use to target ours cost 1 less to cast for each target. Alright. There's Goldspan. Cool, we do hit the land. I'm gonna go for the Waking. This will probably force a counterspell from their hand. If this doesn't get the counterspell, then I was gonna say I'm not sure what exactly they're holding in hand. See here. Attack in first. Attempt to burn down the house. Okay, I wasn't sure if that would get hit by a counterspell or not, because I really want to use the bombardment, but if they had another counterspell, it would have been bad to run this into it. And they were relying on another Make Disappear as their counterspell. I think they would be willing to sacrifice the Goldspan Dragon to make sure we had to pay 4. But then again, we played a 5-cost spell, so this would have still only required a 2 extra. Let's go for the bombardment. Let's see if we can get to resolve. Hopefully no counterspell from our opponent. Cool, it does manage to connect to the board. Only problem is we don't have another spell to play with it this turn. In red, white, blue, there's not many spells that they can use to get rid of enchantments that the deck usually runs. It's not that they don't exist, it's just that it's what's typically used. Alright, well, let's go ahead and start the land destruction off here. We will attack the... Let's go for the red-blue land. And try to see if we can get the blue off the board. If we're lucky, we get Burn Down the House, or the Hunt for Specimens as our exile. The worst one that we could exile would be Bloodchief's Thirst in this situation, because there's just no targets for it. Alright, tap these in response. The fact that they were giving us the chance to potentially target something, if we actually hit the Bloodchief's Thirst, was not the best idea for them. Because they could have just floated the mana and then done it after our spells resolve. We're just going to hit the Shadow's Verge to make sure we don't have to deal with that 4/4 on board. It does mean that we don't get the chance to play anything during their turn, because we could actually have played Baleful Mastery for the 2 mana. Let's try to go for this big score. We'll actually intentionally discard Mascot Exhibition, because it being discarded as a cost puts it in our graveyard before this trigger resolves. So we could have gotten it for free, potentially. Alright, we got the Cleansing Wildfire. We will fire off another blue source. Grab another Exhibition. My music has stopped. There it is. Alright, so play a land and we pass it back to the opponent. I'm going to actually wait on when I choose to activate my spell. Because I may want to use the Baleful Mastery depending on what they do. And there is a chance I may just go for the big score. But I want to see what they play first. It's always better to do it their end step, because they may be running burn downs as well. And getting an instant speed Mascot Exhibition from Graveyard would mean that we'd want to make sure it's at the end step when they can't do the sweep. Oh, we got exactly what I was hoping we'd get. Keep taking out those blue sources. Opponent has scooped it up. Because Mascot Exhibition on the board is lethal to the opponent. So it means that they probably didn't have any spot removal.
Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to join me while I stream, you can find me on Twitch in the link below. I hope to see you again in the next video and have a nice one.